Don't laugh, Greg.
Sir, if you could just sign in on that sheet for me.
I
that'd be
sure
great.
will.
And then
I
state
think
your
I
name for the
can still
record.
do that real good.
You know I love you, Ken. I can't help it.
I love you too, Greg.
We all understand the need.
No,
Sad but true.
Yeah.
it's raining.
I know it. I can feel it in my shoulder and my knee, so I know it.
My name's Kenneth Huston. I live at 108 Edgemead Drive.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to stand here before this wonderful-looking group of young folks. Tom, you look fantastic. I love the tie.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
A
opportunity to
lot of young
address
folks,
this
though.
honorable.
I'll take it, though.
He's not wearing his glasses, if you notice.
Oh, okay.
I see you, Tom.
Is that better?
Thank you for the opportunity to address this honorable council. First, let me say a couple shout-outs. One, that I think that our fire department and our police department does an incredibly impeccable job. I have the opportunity to serve as president of the NAACP. I cover 9 municipalities in Allegheny County. Monroeville gives me the least headaches in comparison to other ones. But I'm here tonight to speak very frankly and very bluntly about the Meadowdale plan in which I live. I love it down there. I love the Meadowdale community. We bought our home there approximately 15 years ago. And everyone that lived down there was incredibly nice to us. We were one of the few minority individuals that had moved down there at the time. And I was concerned of, because there were so many trees and forests and nothing but foxes and deer, am I okay down here? But it turned out to be a beautiful community. Excellent neighbors, wonderful people. I think one of the things that we as residents have to understand is things take time. And I think everyone down there is aware of that it takes time, Mr. Mayor. But I do think that when the young lady was trapped, I went running down there, as so many others did, because we were absolutely terrified. Her car had been uplifted. It had been spun around by the water, taken all the way to the back. To the fireman's credit, Mr. Kenny Cousins particularly sprang into action, and they did a phenomenal job. I mean, phenomenal job. The police, the fire, everybody. The water situation down there has been incredibly crazy. And I get the flooding and the act of God and all that other stuff, but I was worried about that water situation for quite a while. And where I live on Edgemead, when you come down Logan's Ferry and you get to Edgemead Drive and you go to drive in, one of the first things that caught my attention is that stop sign, which nobody stops at. I had been asking for a flashing light. I think, Tom, you and I talked about it a couple times, Greg. I'm scared somebody's kid is going to get killed.
Kenny, let me just tell you, I put 2 flashing lights on Evergreen, and they don't stop.
No.
It
Well,
doesn't help.
I mean, just give me personal comfort. I would like to see something put on that stop sign. That's one. 2 is when that floods down there, to our neighbor's point, it's terrifying, because that flooding down there, people have a tendency to underestimate how deep that water gets. That water gets deep. And, you know, I think for me, I was a little angry because I felt like, you know, we're down there in the Meadowdale plan. you know, Dorian and them, they go out and they clean it up. I've gotten mulch and cleaned it up and done some things down there just on our own, because it's our community, right? So you take care of the community where you live. But it does kind of tick you off a little bit, because you feel like, okay, does anyone care about us down here? It's rough. That water, and she's right when she said that when you look down in the sewage areas where the water's supposed to flow, you couldn't see anything. It's all filled up with debris. It's ugly. And it got worse. And now we have to drive by there and look and see the indentations from the trucks, the mud, and they're building some pretty nice, what I'm understanding, going to be homes down there. But it's bad enough we had to look at that, and then the mud and the rain that came from that down, and now we're looking at going down the street, down Logan's Ferry, looking at that mud and debris, and it's like, okay, what's going on? What's the plan? So I appreciate your transparency. I'm going to wrap it up, I guarantee you. I appreciate the transparency, and I appreciate what you all here at council are saying. But understand that the frustration is not frustration that just came about. This is frustration from over a period of time. And I'm not here to point the blame, you know, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. I think that if we're going to be what we're supposed to be in a community, it's all of our faults. Every district should unite and find a way to come up with a solution to solve this problem. Because ultimately, it's our community. And we want to keep it beautiful down there. And we want to keep people safe. And by the way, you have a plethora of kids down there now. There's a lot of kids down there now. There's a lot of families that have moved in down there in the Meadowdale plan. There's a new generations of kids that are down there now. And you want to know that they're going to be okay and safe. So I thank you all very much from the bottom of my heart. I believe you're sincere in what you're doing. We get it. We understand it takes money. I always say, look, raise my taxes.
You're by yourself on that, Bob.
And your 5 minutes is up.
Let me say this. Everybody out there in television land, hello, let me say this. I don't mind you raising my taxes as long as my services are at the level that they are right now.
Gotcha.
I don't want to see no more municipal workers let go and not replaced. I'm serious. And you need to give your garbage truck drivers a raise. I'm serious. Them guys work their tails off. So I like my municipal services. I love it. But I also want to know that you all understand the things that you can't see, that you know that it is very serious to be dealt with. That's all I'm asking. And I thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I think you're all fantastic individuals, despite what, you know. But thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
Thanks, Ken.
Presentation, that was good, thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to